And hello to all my Aries friends, I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for December 2023. Now today they have dialed up for my great Aries, a Celtic Cross spread. Celtic Cross is a great spread for general readings because it looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, but it focuses the most smack dab at what's going on right here, right now. In this case, it is December. It is also the only spread that I do that devotes an entire card and a position to the environment. So there's something around you, Aries, in the month of December that they want to bring your awareness towards. They've asked that I conclude your reading with a spread I call a health scrub. That goes through your physical body regions 1 through 7. We're going to take a little brush through all of them and see how your physical health is doing. Maybe resolve some issues, bring some awareness to some stuff so issues never come to fruition at all. That is what that is all about. We are going to conclude your reading with a Rune Stone. We're going to conclude your reading with some moon cycles, very fun moon cycles. This is going to be the best moon cycle set ever, guys. It is, you're going to want to stick with it. Also going to conclude with homily, which is a little spiritual pep talk done by me. And the chemistry tracking is going to be a separate standalone deal that is going to be on my Facebook page and posted on my website, scottsagent.com. If you want to look at the chemistry tracking between, see what signs you're kicking well with and what you're not, that's on there for free, guys. Let's get started with your reading right now, though. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us all a whole bunch of time. And now I'm going to bring you in my overhead so you can watch. I like to share my table with you and show you what is going on. And we are live and recording. All right, Aries, here we go. These are my ritual cuts, cutting each deck into thirds, putting them back together in a separate order. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. It is the same procedure for personal private readings, so it's just like you're here with me now. There has been a lot of work done to the chapters. If there's anything you want to skip ahead to or skip past this or anything else, but some people like to see this, see what's going on. And I like to show you. So here we go. This is your Celtic Cross. This is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you, Aries. This is what's behind you, the recent past, and this what's in front of you, the near future. This is what is above you, something that you're aware of. Try to get it in camera here. Something below you, something you're not aware of. I love that position. Let me scoot that up, back up. I will move the camera around so you guys can see everything very clearly too, once all the card work is done. And then we have running up the sides here with number 7, number 8, number 9, and number 10 I'm going to bend in for the sake of the camera. So let me see what other card work we have to get done here, Aries. We do have a lot blocked, a lot inverted. Let's see how much of it is, and if it is enough to matter, it may not be. Yeah, we got an even distribution, so that part is good right there where it sits. I do have some people cards, though, so I need to verify if this is about a person. They say no, that's going to get excluded from the spread. I don't tack on much to the Celtic Cross. Another person here with the Queen. Is this about a person? They also say no. We are using full energy definition, guys. And then the last thing that I need to check is just Angel Oracle cards. I just tack one of those onto every major Arcana card. We have one in the middle. What crosses you guys? That's going to kind of sit like that. Up here we got the Empress. That's going to get this card. Hierophant over here. You got a lot of major Arcana cards, so this is going to be some card work, or some camera work, I should say. Some shuffling around to get you to see all this stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to move this back where it was because I'm going to take the camera off and show you now. All right, Aries, so this is where we start with your cross. Kind of looks like a cross right here, going like that. This is the main hub of it. Past position back here. Future position right there. We got above you right here. We got below you right here. Running up the sides, we go to number 7. Number 8 with the Angel Oracle card. That's your environment card too. Number 9. And number 10, Aries, the final outcome. So let's get started, Aries. Let's see what we got for you for December. Got to get to your health scrub too. Health scrub does take some time. So I want to make sure I leave plenty of it for you. All right, guys. Let us start at the beginning, Aries. They start with the card that can mean travel. Some of you Aries may be doing some traveling in December. They're actually letting me know November into December here too. So maybe you just did some in November. Maybe you got some more coming in December. This also has a different definition too. This could also be a card about moving things in a smoother patch of life, it is very good news. It is a nice smooth trajectory here. We are moving into smoother, calmer waters and not so much the rough, rapid stuff. So very nice, smooth start to December. Let's see if it keeps up that way. Because what crosses you here is the Justice card inverted. This has a bunch of different definitions too. Very tough. One of them could be something legal. You would probably know this if you have some kind of legal something over your head that you got to deal with in December. Maybe now is the time to deal with it. It is a good time for me to let you Aries know. Be careful of speeding, running stop signs, rolling through stop signs. Traffic citations can come up here with the Justice card because anything legal, contracts that you put your signature on or anything like that can come up here. And since it's inverted, it kind of makes me feel like not so much a contract we want here, something like a traffic ticket would be. So hopefully that this is something you guys can avoid altogether. The other definition of the Justice card is if you're dealing with stuff and problems and situations that are just not about you at all. You're dealing with other people's problems. And hey, we've all been there, right? So it's one of the two definitions there. They do show a brilliant idea. It's a very interesting thing to come up on top of Justice, but it says, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action and bring your idea to fruition. So there are some, maybe they just decided that this is the place they want to just stick it to you here, Aries, and say, whatever inspiration that you've been thinking about lately, whatever new light bulbs have been going off in your head, new inspiration, this is the time here that they're saying, you know what? You remember when you thought of this? Now this is the month when you want to do something about it. So there we go. And even if it's proactive, preventative, like we talked about the police and stuff like that, traffic citations, you're being divinely guided. They're letting you know that. Let's move back to the past position, guys. Moving back into the past. This is the recent past, Aries. This is not too far long ago. Maybe October, November-ish. They show kind of some toxic stuff in here. So some Aries have definitely been through the ringer here a little bit with some stuff. Doesn't mean it's not hitting everybody the same way, but there is some toxicity here that needs to be purified. We need some purification moving forward because this is still attaching into your December, and we don't want it to do that. They do bring in Breathe, the Breathe card that says take several deep breaths, exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. So there are old patterns that are from the past coming into your December, and Spirit is asking you to remove the toxicity. There can be no toxicity moving forward, guys. Not for Aries. No, no, no. Let's move into the forward position, guys. Forward. This is the near future. They show really being pinned down to something here, Aries. Really being either in it to win it, being really dug in and committed to something, maybe to somebody, an idea, like we talked about at the very beginning of your spread, something like that. So this is a card that's letting you know that you are really a little bit confined here. In December, probably leading up into January, maybe the months are very similar, or maybe that's just going to be less freedom than usual because of some kind of circumstance. And in a general reading, it is hard to pinpoint something like this. That is why a personal private reading is the best to really narrow it down for what it's about you here, and it is less about all your Aries friends, that Aries bubble energy that we're reading for here. So if a private personal reading is something you're interested in, I have a wide variety of services. Every single service I offer is personalized just to you, so it is all about you. Very, very accurate because of that. As we move into your upper position, guys, Aries, this is the upper. This is something you're aware of. They're letting you know good, divine, feminine coming in here. Good, divine, feminine energy, some softer energy, really strong feminine push here. So I don't know if they're talking about feminine health. I guess we'll figure that out when we get into the health scrub or what, but it's coming in very good. So they're letting you know you guys are in a good shape here, good spot, and maybe just good circumstances in general. Maybe you're at a nice little patch of life, like we talked about in your first card, things smoothing out. This can be a good card too for people that are doing softer activities, something like yoga, something like gardening, something like arts and crafts. All that kind of stuff comes in very well to your December. They do say remember who you are, so there is a kind of a push here from the other ear, if you will. The devil in the ear, on the shoulder type of thing, saying remember who you are. So it's Archangel Michael that's coming in here. In the card it says specifically, you are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. I pay the most attention to the title though. Remember who you are. Okay, so that usually indicates that somebody's trying to get you to not be who you are, or to deviate from your moral characteristics or what, something like that. So remember who you are in the month of December. It is coming up for a reason, because obviously you're going to be tested in some form there. As we move into your bottom position, guys, bottom position, this is telling you something you are not aware of here, and they show that you are not aware of how much love you actually need, where there's a huge disconnect here in the love authority, the love corner, excuse me. Love corner is a big place because it is not just your love and relationships. What if you're single? Okay, it is anybody that is close to your heart can come in on this love corner, and they decide to talk about it here, guys. This is the love push for Aries. They say that there is a huge disconnect, not taking a great authority with your pursuits of love, or the way that you are loved, or the way that you want to be loved back, or what it is. Some mix of that. And it could be between your love partner, but it could be anywhere along the line. This could be something with a friend, not seeing eye to eye. Maybe you're just kind of letting them use you and abuse you, and you got to, you know what, put that line in the sand and say, you know what, enough's enough. We can only go so far with this. You know, you can't keep doing this to me, type of thing. So whatever that is for you, they are calling for you to be more authoritative, nonetheless, to be more authoritative with your love corner in December, Aries. Okay, moving up the sides, number 7. Number 7 is your advice card from Spirit. Advice is saying to give and to receive. It is a very good monetary month for my Aries. Very good advice to be spending, to be, some of you are being gifted, money coming in, money being used toward purchases, hopefully some investments in there too. So it's not just about money that is being spent and like burned. Okay, this is money being put into something, a good time to move money around and do different things financially. Coming in very good there. Just make sure it's a good money move and not something like high APR credit card. Okay, we don't want something like that. Now here we get into the Celtic Cross aspect here in spot number 8, which is what probably this entire spread was for. They wanted to talk about your environment, Aries. Something in here is just kind of really getting shaken up. This environment in December, I don't know what it is, what aspect this hits you directly, but they show major, quick change going on around you. Okay, so this is like redoing an entire bedroom. This is like, you know, gutting a kitchen. This is like doing a major project with the house. Maybe this is something at work that they're just changing something radically, and that's your environment too. Okay, they don't pinpoint where this environment is. I don't know if it's home. I don't know if it's work. I don't know where it is really, but they talk about here that the environment is very quick in December, quick change, and it is it's the energy of the Tower, which is the shake-up, break-up, and make-up energy. All of them are possible in the Tower card. They do bring in the Peace card, so they want to remind you that peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Love is a huge push for Aries. We go back to the under the bottom position card, huge on love, needing love, making sure you're loved in the right way, checking all those boxes, okay? And finding peace in this environment, okay? So you got to find a peace area where you are not struggling, you're not fighting in your environment. It's got to be nice and calm. Next, we move up from there. Spot 9. This is your hopes and fear, guys. And of course, this is probably going to be probably well, I would lean more toward fear, because the card itself is my Queen of Swords. They did tell me not the person. We're talking about energy queen, which here is energy of not nurturing your mental health enough. Okay, really, it's either a fear of yours, like you're going to get back into old patterns, or you're going to go down, like stress yourself out or have anxiety or something like that because of some kind of situation. But here, when we get into hopes and fears, I have to remind you that sometimes this stuff is not real, especially when they talk about the Suit of Swords, which is the mental, the cerebral, the mental suit. This is something maybe that you're worried about that has not happened yet. Maybe it's in the future. Whether it's in the past or the future, neither of them are real. We only have this present moment to deal with, right? So don't beat yourself up too much about getting into that whole dilemma, because that'll put you through some mental exercises that you do not want to go through. And they show really needing to nurture your mental health here in December. We end with the home. The end of the month is a very upheaval type of deal for the home. The home environment is kind of just off. I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily, but the energy is not coming in crisp and clear. It is a little jaded, convoluted, a little foggy, to say the least. Like, this would be something I would expect to come up if we were talking about those projects earlier. Like I said, going to gut the kitchen. Well, your house is a mess while you're dealing with this, right? So that's kind of showing the home in upheaval. So it can be this way for a lot of different reasons, but it's just letting you know toward the end of December, there's something with the home that is coming in off. So there we go. There's your Celtic Cross. I did not use that many cards. I kind of do a limit of 10, but I did a couple discards there. So I am going to actually quickly reshuffle before I do your health scrub, because I want to take that very, very seriously. Make sure I give you guys the best, most accurate information I possibly can. So I'll be right back. Okay, Aries, I am back. I'm going to ritual cut the deck one more time. It has been reshuffled. Also realized I did not do your Rune Stone yet, so I will grab that Rune Stone when we finish your health scrub. Now, I pulled this 1 through 7. I may talk about it in a separate order, but here we go. Health scrub with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's our core group. Not enough inverted to matter. Pretty good distribution. Do need some major cards here. See if this is about a person here. They say no. That's the end of my people cards. Couple angel cards, and we're ready to go, guys. Ready to go. All right, so that health scrub is going to start at the, well, it doesn't matter where I start, really. We're kind of equal between the two. I'm going to start at the bottom. Why not? Let's start at number 7. 7 here, this would be the root if we were doing a chakra scrub, but this is a physical health scrub, so the number 7 spot here is the base of the spine, lower back. It can be sexual organs, especially for men. For women, more kind of lower back stuff, hip stuff, that kind of deal here. Kind of, you get the general area here. Here they show a break from something that had a tie on you before. So we were pulling apart from something that had either a bad habit or something related to that, something that is just something that you didn't want, to deal with or whatever. We're getting away from that, which is really good energy. It's freeing of the devil. The devil card is like when something has a hold of you that you don't want it to. So maybe for some of you that'll make sense in this region. If it doesn't make any sense to you, probably not for you. Remember that this is a general reading. If you are looking for a health scrub for you, specifically for you, that is also offered on my website, scottsagent.com, and a chakra scrub, which is spiritual health. So physical health there, if that makes sense to you, you're going to know it. They talk about comfort card coming in, saying that Archangel, that they're with you in your time of need and helping your heart to heal. So it almost is like your heart affects other regions, and that's something there that's pervasive to me. I'm not really sure I completely understand it, but for those of you that's for, you will. When we move up from there, number 6, this is more kind of lower stomach. This is lower digestion. This can be, lower digestion. It's more stomach type of deal. The upper stomach, what we're going to get into next, is more kind of detoxification, organs and stuff like that. But lower stomach here, and this can also be sexual stuff for women. They do show being more tied down here, being more dug into something here, being more committed to an idea. They do bring an idea here, so there are some ideas going on here. So if there's something that you have thought of in this region, maybe, I should eat this way to really help my digestive tract. Maybe I need to do a fiber cleanse, whatever it is for you. They would be saying, hang on to that idea, stick with it, be committed to that idea. Moving up here, number 5, this is now upper stomach. This is those detoxification organs and kind of upper tract. This can be middle of the back as well if we're going around back there. They show the Lover's card inverted. It's a weird way to put it, but they're basically saying 2 parts are not working together very well, and this is more than likely one of them. So I don't know which other one is not working well. Probably something that's all over you. That's where we're going to wrap up with that one, and it could be the one above it too, heart and lungs. So anyway, there's a lot of possibilities here that this is not working well with something else. So it's letting you know here, Spirit's letting you know that this is not just an isolated deal. This is a problem because of something else. And if you don't have any problem in this upper gut region, upper stomach up here, then it's just not about you. It's just not for you. For those of you that it is, keep in mind here that they're reminding you to follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So they're saying that a lot of work can be done here on the spiritual plane. Very interesting to see in a physical spread. Next, we move up here to number 4. Number 4, your heart and your lungs. It can be chest, breasts for women, upper back, shoulders area, that kind of thing. They show theft, loss, and deceit coming in here. So some of you having a hard time with your heart because I don't really see how anybody's taking your lungs except unless it's like a take your breath away type of thing. But this is more like, stealing. It's not good energy. Okay, so some of you here, it's letting you know that something that you harbor is still affecting your physical body. So I don't know if this is like, anytime we talk about chest and heart and lungs, I always think of cardio. I think of bad habits such as smoking and stuff like that, which affect all of it. So anyway, just be careful of theft, loss, because your mentality, the way that you think, is going, especially stress, is going to affect this region very greatly. We don't want that. Not in a bad way anyway. We move up from there to number 3. This is more kind of neck. This is dental. This is glandular stuff. They show message coming in later in December if this is for you. Okay, so there is going to be some kind of notification. If there's something in here that you're concerned about, you're going to be well aware of it late in December. It's Spirit's way of saying, hey, we're going to make this very clear for you. Or maybe, you're going to get a call from your doctor saying, hey, we need to go check this up. You're due for a checkup right now in December, late December, right? And then that would let you know that maybe there's something in there for you. More than likely not. That's probably just for maybe one person. Moving up from there, we go into number 2. Number 2 here is the third eye area. So your head, eyesight, hearing, sinus stuff. They say really kind of looking at the bad side of things, guys. You got to look on the good side of things. I don't know if this is like mentality. I don't know if this is more like situational, maybe even a sickness that comes in, perhaps a germ, a virus, something like that. But you got to look at the good, look at the stuff that you have versus the stuff that you've lost. So maybe for some of you, your hearing's going, your eyesight's going. I think that's just about everybody, depending on your age. And you got to just deal with it. You got to go with the flow. Okay, now I got to get better glasses. I need to get an updated prescription. Okay, now I got to get a hearing aid. It's whatever it is. Okay, moving up from there, we get into the very, very top of the head here, and that's usually something that represents all around you. This is something like blood, nerves, muscles, all that kind of stuff. They show that this really should be good, but it's not. I'm not sure what this is for you, but there's something here that really needs to open up, and it could be so good. It's the Sun card. It's the best card in the deck, but it's coming in on a block. There's something in the way of it flowing. This golden energy is on a block. They show creative writing, so they're basically saying they want you to pay attention to this and like journal. So if there's something that is all over you, not just a specific region, something like muscles, nerves, bones, skin, hair, something that is really troublesome to you, they want you here to write a journal down. They want you to notice synchronicities here, the things that repeat, so you can fix this. Maybe this is just, hey, I get a rash when I eat something. I don't know what it specifically it is, though. That's why they're saying journal. They want you to write down this kind of stuff so you can pinpoint what this problem is. Of course, that's just a silly example, but you get the energy of what they're trying to say here. So they want you to kind of write stuff down to figure out if you have something going on that's all around you. Of course, this is a general reading, guys, so this is very hard to do, but that is why it's available as a personal product just for you on scottsagent.com. So let's grab that Rune Stone for you. Mix them up real quick. Give them one more swirl. And here we go, Rune Stone for Aries. December. It's going to be this one right here, and this is the good one to come up. It's a Rune Stone of protection. Protection, and we're doing angel cards too. So they're letting you know in a soft way, Aries, that you are protected in the month of December, and they reinforce that with protection. So they're saying in a big way here that you don't need to be in that mental stress, anxiety phase that we talked about in your fear part of your Celtic Cross. They're saying you are protected. You can be a little bit vulnerable in December. You don't have to be so guarded. You don't have to have wall up, 20 feet in the sky. It's not necessary. So there we go. There is your protection, a good Rune Stone to wrap that up. Now let's get into a very special set of moon cycles for you. In fact, I'm going to break away for that. And when I say break away, I mean blast away. Okay guys, it is moon cycle forecast time, and I figure what better place, what better environment to bring you the moon cycles than the lunar surface herself. So let's talk about some December, because oxygen is running low and I gotta get back to Earth so I can give you guys your homily. But first, let's talk about some December moons, shall we? The first thing that comes in December is the new moon. The new moon is the best time to attract new things and bring new things into your life. This happens on December 12th. Doesn't mean you have to do these things on December 12th, but earlier in the month is much better. better than later for bringing in new things. So whether it's something new with health, some new financial plan for the new year perhaps, maybe something new with love if you're trying to find some new love. Earlier part of December is the best time to do this, guys. Something new with work, also early December, guys. The universe doesn't care what you use it for, but these lunar energies are already all around us, so why not use them to your benefit? I put together a moon cycle cheat sheet that you guys can check out on my website. It's free every single month, and that is a little graphic illustration to show you how these moon cycles move in and out. But before I let you go, let's talk about that full moon, because the full moon comes in the day after Christmas, December 26th. So the end of the month is the best time to get stuff out of your life, guys. Whether it's baggage, projects you need to get wrapped up and finished, maybe something you got to sell, something you got to get wrapped up, something toxic you got to get out of your life, maybe a person, maybe a bad habit. The end of the month is the best target date for these things. And again, the moon cycle cheat sheet is parked on scottsagent.com if you'd like to see a graphic illustration of this. But let's get back to Earth and deliver you your homily. All right, friends, welcome into your homily, December 2023 edition. My name is Scott Sagent, and the topic of this homily today is giving yourself the space to grow. And in the same way that outer space has no boundaries, it is infinite in every single direction, so are you as a spiritual sovereign being, child of God. The only restrictions that you have, that we all have, are the ones that we impose upon ourselves. So that's what we're going to be talking about a little today here. Stresses, anxieties, limiting beliefs, and of course fears. These are things that we impose upon ourselves that hold us down and do not let our higher selves reach our full potential. And we can see real, true examples of this in the physical world. Because even though we're talking about spiritual here today, as above, so below, and there are physical, real world examples I can give you. The first one I'm popping up on the screen here, this is a picture of two basil plants. I got them posted right next to each other so you can see the size difference, the growth difference. These, I grew these from seeds, first of all, in my office, so they do not look like the basil plants that you probably see at your store, but that's okay. But for the sake of this video, you'll understand the difference here because these seeds started at the exact same time. The only difference between them is the fact that one is in a larger pot than the other. One is in a smaller, more constrictive pot. And you can see the massive growth difference between the two. No other factors have changed except for that. But let's also talk about something that's called a plecostomus. This is an aquarium fish. It is part of the sucker catfish family. And these fish, like many wonderful animals, have the ability to adapt to their environment in a large way. These plecostomuses, these plecos, they can actually adapt their size to the tank size that is surrounding them, basically their environment. They're adapting to their environment. And this comes as probably a survival mechanism if you think about it, because if they get splashed into a puddle and they can't get back to the main hub of their lake, of their pond, well, now they're forced to grow up in this little constricted area. So of course there would be little benefit to growing to be the entire size of this puddle or their new tank. Of course that would be very detrimental to their health. They would not make it. They would be too big for their environment, right? So they have an ability to adapt their size and slow down their growth rate to the size of the tank. So what happens? This is my question for you. What happens if you remove these constrictions and restrictions on yourself? So for example, choose the thing that holds you down the most, that restricts you the most from the person you're trying to be and the places you're trying to go in life. Imagine how that would feel and how much better your life would be if that was out of the way. Imagine if that was solved, how much better and how much better of a trajectory you would be on as a person. You would feel fantastic, and you would feel like there's a big weight lifted off your shoulder too, and that there's maybe nothing holding you back. Well, this is all encouragement so you can go and attack that one thing, whatever that is. And of course, that is an inner game thing that takes some inner work, and that's not what this video is all about, but you got to start somewhere. And the first thing you got to do is bring awareness to the problem, and that is how you can start addressing it. How do I solve this problem? What are the things I can do? What is the inner work that I can do to get past this and live my best expansive life ever with no restrictions and giving yourself infinite amount of space? So I encourage you all to look at that one thing. And if you're very motivated, maybe look at a few things in your life that apply to this set of circumstances so that you can bring awareness to it and you can solve this inner work yourself and you can get these restrictions out of your way, because of course, none of us are ever going to win a race that we don't start. None of us are ever going to complete a project that we don't begin. There's only one way to start it, and that is with you. So that concludes your homily for December 2023. I thank you so much for joining the readings. I hope you have a great December, giving yourself plenty of space, and I know you will.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.